We want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta
We want
understand,
all the
right?
smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT Jake Break Squad room. 100 ENT South room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
Pull up on me or watch when I see you. To myself, I'm asking myself, Wack is dude, maybe dude, Wack is dude, maybe dude is psychological. I really ain't got a lot of malice for the dude because the dude is blind. He lost his eyes before he can really live life. He got a speech impediment. He got a nerve problem. I don't know if he can have kids, but if he ever has kids, he can never see them. He can't drive a car. He can't just do the basic things himself. He know how to work his phone pretty good. He was texting me today. And it's weird.
What he was talking about today when he touched you?
He was just talking about you keep attacking me, and I don't know if people lying to him. Now Luce Cannon be on him. Luce be on him. Luce do skits on him and all that. I don't attack you because the truth can never be considered disrespect. The things I bring up, they really actual and factual, they happen. 1 minute, I believe I might have to record. He was on my phone about an hour and a half, about 3-4 months ago, asking me for advice. This is what I don't understand. These same dudes, when they ain't around nobody, they call and they one way, like literally asking me for advice and what I think he should do. And he's taking my advice because I'm the one who told him he needs to get off the thing with Spider-Lo and do his own show. And if he does anything, just do a solo with Alonzo, but do your own thing. I told him these things. And I look up and a couple months later, he's doing them, but now he's doing them and he talking crazy. Like, I don't even know how to take it. He told the police, he the one said he worked for the turn in information to get paid for it. I didn't say it. I was on the phone talking to him, 600. They got the content on him. And he said it. He said, yeah, I get paid. I pull up, and wherever it's a problem at, I get the details information. I punch in information in my phone to this app. It go to the people, and he get paid. He said that. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I remember hearing that audio myself, and he did say that. I believe that he was asking for, I think Rockstar to take that down.
Yeah, but he said it. You know what I mean?
So another things that he had said in that video, he had mentioned, well, the title even said, it says that Wack100 is banned from Chicago. And he had mentioned the Danny Boy situation. So people didn't know you spoke on Danny Boy, I think with the Young Buck situation. And not Young Buck from G Unit, but the other Young Buck from Death Row. And he was just playing that back and how, the guy Danny Boy was responding to you. You got anything to say on that?
And I never knew Danny Boy did that content first time I saw it. So if you follow what Danny Boy says, right? Danny Boy said, I told his ex-wife I hated on him to his ex-wife, right? Peanut Butter Man, Munchie B, is saying, you hating on a gay dude to a female. Now, let's rewind this. His ex-wife, Chuck, lived 2 doors down from me, same side of the street. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
Same side of the street. So, I don't know Danny Boy dealing with her at all. One day, I'm rolling. I think I'm leaving the pepper, so she called me. She said, Cash, her name is Ari. That's her name. Her name is Ari. Shout out Ari. She lives in Atlanta right now. She's a travel agent. She said, Cash, what's up, Ari? She said, guess what? I said, what up, boy? I'm getting married. I remember we grew up together. We from kids. She said, I'm getting married. I said, okay, that's good. You're getting married to. She said, Danny Boy. I said, what Danny Boy? The homie from the set? Yeah, he way older than you? She said, no, Danny Boy from Death Row. Right? I say, Ari, you can't do that. Right? She said, what you mean? I said, Ari, you can't marry him. She's like, you not happy for me? I said, I'm happy, but Ari, this is like 2000. Dog, this like, I don't know, 05, 06, 04, somewhere, 03, 06, 04, somewhere in there like that, right? I said, Ari, right? So she gets mad at me. Chuck, and sometime this week I'm gonna call and let you talk to her. She gets mad at me. She said, you supposed to be happy for me telling me something like that. The nerve of you. She hangs the phone up. I did my part.
Right.
Years go by. She have a kid by him, a son. Next thing I know, I get a call. This probably about maybe 5, 6 years go by. She crying. I said, what's this? Ari, what's wrong? Why didn't you make me understand? Understand what, Ari?
Damn.
Look, what? What's wrong? By this time, Ari done left Cali and they in Atlanta. I said, what's wrong? I know Ari mama, daddy, her sister, his brother, we grew up together. She said, he's leaving me. He left me for a man. I said, who? She said, Danny Boy. She says, and he says he's doing a tell-all book. Now, if you listen to what I'm saying, Chuck, everything lines up to where Danny Boy did a tell-all book. He did all that, right?
Right.
I said, Ari, I called, I warned you when you told me. She said, yeah, but I believe you. How did you know? Right? And, you know, I told her how I knew. I said, yo, he got caught with Young Buck doing some game, right? Hold on, let me see if I can. Doing some, I told her, like, you know what I'm saying? So, cause by this time the music was over and he was just like, used to go pick up Suge kids and run errands and do that type of shit. Suge trust me. Yo, Reg. Who with Young Buck? Young Buck, the one be around Ray J, so LA Young Buck. Huh? No, Reg, we keeping it real because I'm just seeing the content like I'm lying, Reg. You know, a lot of times you say I know because I was around to be real. It be sounding crazy, but it be real. You know what I'm saying? But let's just keep it real.
Danny Boy.
Okay, so I don't know why he speculating that I'm telling a lie. It's what it is, like, you know.
Yeah. What he said that?
Yeah, he said
he never was in a room with.
He said he never was in the room. Don't know the rounders. You know, he's LA Buck on Instagram, right? He's remained to be around. He's a close friend of Ray J. He's a close friend of mine. I consider him a little brother, but it is what it is. He do a lot of great business. He always considered himself dog pound, though. He never considered himself Death Row, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't understand, like, your truth is your truth. I ain't got to tell no lies about that. It just is what it is.
And another thing that he had brought up in this interview, he had played the audio from Gillian Wallow podcast, you know what I'm saying, $1 million worth of game. And basically in the podcast, you had explained, I think Big U was,
right?
Yeah, Big U was there with you, and you had explained what Big U does for the community.
No, the question was, hold on, the question was, what Crip do I think A to Z had accomplished more, right? And it was Tukey and Raymond Washington and Big U, right? So Chuck, here go my math. Tukey Williams on death row, right?
Right, that's correct.
Okay. He wrote some children books for the Awesome League out on death row. I believe he went to jail for killing some Asian people, shermed up, went in there, robbed the store, liquor store, some Asian people, went to death row. Turned his life around, but death row, never got out. Raymond Washington, I don't know what happened with him. I can't tell you. But I know there's no businesses. There was nothing after the fact that he was one of the founders of Crippin', right? Now this 2020, and Chuck, you got the timeline to when I found out the things I end up finding out.
Right, with the development options.
Okay, now development options, I always knew about. Development options was a 501(c) nonprofit organization, right? It had Crenshaw coats. It did programs at the continuation school, graffiti removal, back to school backpack stuff giveaways, and I believe they used to do like toy drives, turkey drives, right, for the community. So I kept it real. I don't do those type of things, right? So for me to see Big U walk off 13, 14, come home, set up a nonprofit, and do these things in his community. And the Pop100 football was the best thing. I still think it is today, because he never made a dime on Pop100 football. That stressed him out every year. You know what he charged them kids, Chuck? $100.
For them to participate in the football camp?
$100 to play the whole year of football. So guess where all the money from the shoulder pads and the uniforms and all that, the rental of the field had to come from? Big U had to go hustling.
Right.
So this is where you hear when I would write checks to the Crenshaw Colts for the shoulder pads, you know what I'm saying? Or the helmets, right? So we all would chip in, all the industry dudes, ball players. You know, I called niggas like, yo, bro, game would post on his Instagram for the sign-ups to get the kids there. So the beautiful part that I did see was this. Although practice was at Crenshaw High, or the other little junior high school, I forget the name of it, and the owner of it was from Rolling 60s, and the majority of the coaches were from Rolling 60s, it would be kids from all the surrounding so-called enemy neighborhoods coming to join the team, right? So what I saw him doing was bringing the kids together early before they became enemies, because they was from these different sets. So everything I said right there, I meant. I don't take none of that back. But I never knew about a grid or none of that. I just knew development options as a 501(c). And I associate and identify 501(c)s with what I know churches to operate under. And my baby mama, years ago, when she was going to start some type of group home or something, I remember she had to go take some classes to create that for herself. But Chuck, what was that, 2022 maybe?
Yeah, I think it had to have been like, it'd be the end of 2021 or 2022, the beginning.
2022, I get attacked by a dude named Starwood, right? Because of how close me and Big U was, and at this time I wasn't dealing with Big U, the other thing that happened, he's assuming that I'm part of the grid making the money with Big U. So he does a clip, put my face on it, put my name on it, alongside Big U, talking about we working with the police and all that here. And it was so in depth. I think I called you. I'm like, Chuck, you know this dude? And you put me in tune with him.
Right. Yep. That's how that went. And I was telling you, like, before I even reached out to him, I'm like, well, you know, this dude don't like you. And he said that you involved with Big U and y'all basically in the same boat. And he was like, no, reach out to him for me. Let me talk to him. And that's when he pretty much was like, he don't want to talk to you. But then I sent you that paperwork. Like, you know, well, this is what he's promoting on YouTube. I think you went through it, and within 24 to 48 hours or something, yeah, you had something to say about it.
Yeah, because what got my attention was the BlackBerry. All those years, because Big U was not a computer savvy type dude. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't what he does. So I was asking him, why you got a BlackBerry? You know, he had a regular phone, an Android, an iPhone, whatever it was. I said, why you got a BlackBerry? And he would always give me an excuse, oh man, this is a backup phone, whatever. I never really heard the phone ring. So when I'm reading the paperwork, that the link he had, I see it says, issued from 77th Street Crash Division, BlackBerry cell phone to correspond with law enforcement. I couldn't eat for a week. Now I'm nervous. So I don't know how I got dude to get online with me. Maybe he heard me run a room on it, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember talking to him. I said, bro, I don't know nothing about what a grid is. Nothing. I see you broke it down. I'm not questioning it. But what's up with the paperwork? Paperwork come to me, the raw paperwork that he was breaking down. So I'm reading, I'm going through it like 100-something pages. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Because now I'm like, dude is a double agent. It's really the police. Really, he had never all them years, Chuck mentioned a grid, a 77th Street division. None of that. I used to ask him, you know, was he paying for the graffiti and all this? He said, nah, the city or whatever donates it. So that was my way of saying, well, he got some ties to the city. Some ties
right.
to the city funding.
Like the mayor or something, right?
Yeah, whatever that was, right? But I think Starbuck went and checked McCormick. He said McCormick got one too. So when he went and checked McCormick, he said, nah, Wack, you ain't on that. Ain't never been on it. I said, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Educate me on what this is, bro. I said, look, bro, you been to the pen? He's like, yeah, Wack, I've been to the joint. I said, bro, this shit got me nervous, homie. We ran together for many years, so you telling me he go back to 2011 doing this type of thing, I'm starting to think about things, right? So I think Star Wars Phenom was sincere, and from there we started building. That's how I started to understand what the hell the grid was, and that dude is really working with the police. So I don't take nothing back that I said in 2020. Matter of fact, even today, the things he does with the youth, the football, if he's still doing graffiti removal, all that, I still don't have nothing bad to say about that. It's just that you rolling 60 and you politicking over here on this side, but then you communicating with the police on the other side, and you doing things that I know you got indictments, you ain't went to jail, you got this going on, that going on, and it's like, you an agent. There's no gang member that I know to where it's okay to have a contract with the LAPD and get paid when it says you got to deliver gang information, gang activity, guns, gang hotspots, and in order to keep this contract, it's an annual performance, and you have to perform or we pull the contract, which means you have to provide these things. And he's been having this shit for 13 years. He went from 550,000, I think he's at like 2.2, 2.4 million. He constantly, every 2-3 years, they bumped him up. His first raise, Chuck, you read it, was 444,000, 440 or something. So right. He's performing. So, you know, I don't know if people got a brain, but it's like they say, look, it's an annual contract. At the end of the year, we see out your performance. We either gonna pull the contract, leave you at your pay, or keep you there and renew it and then give you a raise. He's been performing. So I don't take nothing back that I said in that clip.
No, I got you. And then another one of the things he had mentioned in the clip, and this is the crazy part, right? Because, you know, I heard Munchie B speak on this subject before with this CS2 back. I heard Brick Baby speak on it before, and I recently just hearing them both, like even in that video, he said, like basically he's alluding to it being fake. Brick Baby, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, he was on No Jumper. He alluded to it being fake, you know, and you know, with that whole situation, this CS2 back, I remember you sending me text messages from Mark Stevens, and then I'm listening to this audio of Mark Stevens, and Mark Stevens is saying that when he showed Big U this paperwork would have been in 2017, Big U stopped with you, but just like the interview you mentioned in this from 2020. Also, you told me a bunch of text messages from Mark Stevens, like basically saying like Happy Father's Day, you know, Merry Christmas, how's the family? Hey, pictures
my daughter
of his
just
kids.
graduated. My
daughter
son just graduated. Sending me their pictures. That's like 2019, 2022, 2021. So
right.
I do know I threatened Mark one day. He was playing with me on something. And I told him. And I think Stutterbox kind of vouched for this because he was on the phone. And I think it's the fallout of him and Stutterbox, because Stutterbox was kind of his protection. And I told Mark, nigga, I'll beat you, I'll break your jaw a little bit. I'll f you up. And he like, Box, you gonna let him get at me like that? And Box said, y'all two grown men, handle it. And I think since then, he has some distaste for me. But even after that, I've seen Mark in Atlanta. I've seen Mark in New York. When I always talk about, I put Kendrick Lamar and J-Rock on stage. That was something Shaq was doing for Mark Stevens' neighborhood in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Bum B, everybody was there, Jim Jones. So, you know, seeing Mark that day, I would go to Atlanta. Mark would give me the keys. Shaq would green light it to the penthouse over there in Buckhead. The condo was like condo number 307. Mark would call me, check in with me. Went to his crib. The crib he had built. Went to the crib of his little side chick he had over there. Pulled up on him in my diesel one time coming cross country. So I believe, you know, they both Muslims. I don't know, maybe Big U got to him. It didn't make sense because
yeah, he did say in the audio, he said in the audio that I heard with Mark Stevens, the audio that they be playing, he said that once he heard you was going against Big U, he had to come out and say something. So it definitely got something to do with Big U.
Yeah, it got to do something to do with that because the 2017 online, Mark, from there to 2021, late 2022, you texted me pictures of your kids and their graduation and wishing me, you know, checking in with the family. And I seen you once or twice. You called me to try to get Ray J. He had like a stripper reality show he was trying to do down there in Atlanta. I know Shaq had bagged up off of him. Stuff like that. And again, Big, you said that's my studio with Gilly and Wallow. You know that, right, Chuck? That's in my studio.
Yeah, I remember you told me that, and as well as the Checking In podcast.
Yeah, his first episode was in the back of my studio.
Yeah.
OT Genesis. We did him one segment, they game a segment, they called me, he might have added me out. Like that. The True Car went in there, but yeah, so none of it, you know, nothing they say makes sense. Because their whole thing is to play, but I think Mark been having a distaste because he tried to make a run into the music business. He was there sitting in the middle of the Ray J deal. He was on that side of the label side, the Shaq side. I was on management side with Ray J, orchestrating everything, making sure it was right. And after that, it didn't go right. I do know in like 2021, K. Slay called me. You know what, Chuck? K. Slay called me. K. Slay did an album with Mark through Koch. He did an album and he called me and said, Wack, you know, I don't know a lot about the business side of it. I did this album some years ago, 5-6 years ago, whatever it may be, said I've never got a royalty check. I said, well, he said, I want you to call in the E1, because Koch had been brought up by E1. I said, well, E1 ain't gonna have it. You did it up on the Mark, right? He said, yeah. E1 is sending Mark your money, and Mark gotta pay you your cut, right? And I remember K. Slate called him, Mark. And Mark called me, yo, Wack, what's up? Why you do me like that? I said, do you like what, bro? He like, Slate just called me. I said, what about the check? Yeah. I said, well, how did I do you? He said, come on, Wack, man, you know that nigga don't really know what's going on. Why you putting him up on game? And I got mad because Slate, my brother. I said, hold on, bro. You said you beat him, bro? I just told him how to go. I thought he was going to call you and you was going to tell him you send him a bag, or maybe y'all just recouped, maybe you going to check account. You pretty much telling me you getting over on him. And he was like, nah, Wack, you right, man. Let me have my people. Because Marcus is a square dude, right? And he like, let me have my people look into it. And he kind of like eased off of it. And then I would hear from him periodically through text messages. He called me one time trying to get Ray J down there. Ray J didn't want to do it. He never liked Mark. He only dealt with him because I would tell him he had to. So
yeah, because he did say in the audio, he was like, you backdoored him. And what you speaking on is basically pretty much what he was saying, but he was saying it in a different way. But,
yeah, see, but I never even heard nothing he said. So yeah. I'm just telling you, I've never heard none of Mark's interviews. So that's not a back door. Like, Chuck, if you called me, right, you like, yo, Wack, man, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, all right, well, you signed to who? Well, I'm signed to, I'm signed to Loose Cannon. Okay. But the deal with Universal. Okay, well, no business ain't with Universal. Universal gonna pay Loose Cannon, and Loose Cannon gotta pay. I pretty much walked Slade through where it was. At the time, see, if I'd have thought Mark was getting over on him, I would have just called Mark myself, like, homie, what's happening with this, and dealt with it A to Z. I just broke it down to Slade on how it was supposed to be. Slade must have called him. So, see, Chuck, you just answered the question. That's why he on what he on. He mad that I gave Slade the information, but nigga, what I was supposed to do, that's my brother. And when I did give it to him, I didn't give it to him thinking that it was a problem. I just gave it to him so we can have an understanding of how to approach the problem. It's a difference.
No, I got you. And then, he had mentioned a guy by the name of Duse M's, and I know Duse M's, he make a lot of videos on you, and he had said that basically, alluding to like he won, and like just I forget exactly what words he used, but he won like the battle between you with the whole CS2 back situation. Now, me personally, I don't think Duse Sims, is doing well on YouTube at all. In fact, he's in the chat. He's probably gonna go make a video about this. He's been like he wanted to work with you, right?
He begged to work with me,
right?
Presenting some type of Bitcoin thing. And when I first met Duse Sims, I thought he was a New York blood because he was on the New York side of Clubhouse.
Yeah, Eastern District.
And I would always hear him say words like "saint shit." That ain't how we talk out here in the West, right? So when he approached me, I kind of handled him like that. And when he told me where he was from, I called the Brims. Because I did time with, they like, Wack, we know the nigga, but he beat a chick and threw her in the trunk on some fake pin, and got out and moved to Madison, Wisconsin. And we really don't see him. We've been going like, at that time, they said 10, 12 years. So it got to be like 14, 15 years now. So, when his homies went vouch for him, I just simply told him I didn't want to deal with it. Because, they ain't vouching for you. I don't know you. My first interaction with you was I thought you was a New Yorker. So, I just left it at that. And I caught on that the way he talks, he tries to talk like he's bigger than what he is, right? He talks about things that he's never really been a part of or never done. And I can pick up on that. So it was like, and I really don't like to do business with you. I do business with black people, but I don't like business. And, there's certain things about people that I can look at you and how you present yourself, and it tells me what you are and who you are. So I just chose not to do business with him. Because before he was a Wack fan. His content, the content I brought Roddy Rich down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his boy Yael, and he was like low key behind the scenes working with it, right?
Yeah, he like, Wack, get Roddy lined up. So that's why when I be seeing these dudes on stage, it'd be funny to me because I'm like, damn, one that was kind of behind us putting y'all in the box. But nevertheless, if you listen to it, he's addressing me. You know, Wack, hey Wack, you know what, Wack, you know, like Wack was saying, he's very cordial and respectful, but when I told him I didn't want to do no business with him, he started the Wack campaign. But at the end of the day, I think what it is I'm everything that he wanted to be. He wanted to be a music exec. He wanted to, you know, have a label, you know, and then I think he got mad when we exposed about his father. You know, that his father kind of like Munchie, been a little different. You know, he involved himself in home activity in prison. He did a lot of time. It was like John Jr. or something, right? So I think when I exposed that, and then not only that, y'all all witnessed when I had him in tears, when I exposed that his brother, Booger Brim, who we used to always talk about, Booger Brim, is a PC roll-up case, a product invicted by none other than Big U himself.
Wow.
Right? So his brother Booger Brim is PC'd up on the PCR, rolled up by the 6-0s, a shot called by Big U himself. So when I exposed that through his own homies on my phone, what's the name? What's that boy name? The drunk from his neighborhood. Chuck, you on mute. What's the drunk name?
Lil Stretch.
So Lil Stretch and Baby Stretch, I believe, called my phone. Baby Stretch, he got life or something. They called my phone. I just called my phone. They like, yeah, Wack, I don't know what talking on the homie. When his brother PC got rolled up by Big U, homie's looking at him real funny. Boom, boom, boom. So it explains, because remember, Duse is the first one ran the grid program paperwork on Big U on Clubhouse.
They called him COINTELPRO.
Called him a snitch, COINTELPRO, called him all of that. Duse is the first one ran the paperwork before I do anything about it, right? So when I look up and see what I'm seeing, but I understand Big U. Big U know that. And once you done did Big U like that, it's never gonna be good. He'll play good. I know him. He'll play good, but in a minute, Duse keep on lingering around there, and you know, it's gonna get weird on him. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do know about Big U, he crafty and he sneaky. He'll never forget what he heard, because we personally sent it to him, to one of his mans. His man said he heard it and really didn't know the extent the dude went in on him. So, you know, he a brim. Big U can't stand them dudes over there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
what made you think that, like, because he did change, he said that, oh yeah, you know, he talked to Big U and Big U explained it a different way, what was going on with the grid and the paperwork.
Chuck, he ran the room for 3 hours. He
read every line for line.
He read every line.
Yeah,
There's no explaining when you read every line. But what it was he thought Big U, see, if people don't know no better, we built Big U in the industry to look like he was something he wasn't. Right? We utilized him what we needed him for, and we put him in a space to where it looked like he was doing something. If you sit back and think about it, Big U has 0 accolades in the music industry. None. You can't take blame. You can't take credit for Nipsey Hussle. That was a me and Game play to get him that deal. Nipsey got away from him. Nipsey got away from him quick. He wasn't even there on his rise. Nipsey shook him, right? So I think he like, shit. If he don't know no better, you think Big U really got the plugs to make something happen. And I think Duse was like, I'm gonna get in, get some plugs, get some contacts, get big, turn around, go at Big U, tell him I'm gonna be on. But I don't think he realized it's nothing Big U could do for him over there. It's nothing. I know his resources, I know his plugs, I know what he can and can't do.
It's funny because I recently heard a video of him talking about this, like, oh yeah, people think that we was gonna use Big U and do this, but Big U, you know, he was basically saying how Big U couldn't possibly help him, but he doing it on his own like that. But
no, he thought he could. You don't remember him saying, we got a big production facility coming.
Yeah,
compliments of Big U. We got a World Star contract coming. Compliment all that, right? And I'm sitting back laughing like, I said it. I said, Big U gonna have these passing out backpacks, and he gonna use these as a voice on the internet. Once Big U realized they couldn't win against me, 600 and loose exposures, once he seen they didn't have what it took, Big U ain't got no more use for him. He gonna pull back from him. He'll keep him close enough to where if he need him to come do something, or say something, or put something up, cool, but he's never gonna do nothing for him because there's nothing he can do. That's why now he's on. People thought you said these things. You thought Big U was bigger than what he was. I know what he can and can't do. Half his plugs come through me and his homeboy, right? We were plugging with people and create fake narratives, and he show up and say today, and you got that, and boom, 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 boom. But they don't even with him no more because there's no use. The tables and times have changed. There's no use for him. And now that we didn't expose he's a rat and he working with the police, right? Now that he's been exposed, reach for him. Ain't nobody checking in with him. Ain't nobody paying him to do nothing. Nothing. He always sitting in a lawn chair on Crenshaw Slauson in the parking lot every day. Something I never thought he would be doing.
Crazy.
At 57, 58 years old.
Now, I got to address this right now. So, like, when you were speaking on Alex Alonzo a little bit earlier, him speaking to you in 600 about the whole Munchie B situation and, you know, how Munchie B came about even on that podcast platform. But what you think Alex's issue is with you? You know what I'm saying? I know Big U, you know, he got a friendship with Big U, and maybe he think the same thing like Mark Stevens.
He don't like Big U. He really don't like Big U.
He don't?
Nah, he don't like it. I don't know. What I do know is Chuck Duke got 500,000 subs, right? I got 33, 34,000. I just start building, right? His views and my views be in the same ballpark. So I think Alex is one of them dudes, right? That he's a jealous, envious type dude, right? I looked out for him. I could have X'd him out of projects that helped him. The Streets of Compton. It's a 3-4 part series. You know who project that is, Chuck? That's my project.
I didn't know that.
Oh, it's a executive produced by Cash Wack100 Jones.
Oh, damn.
Everybody in that project come through. I had to approve of. You don't know this game is narrating the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I did a soundtrack to it called The Streets of Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Songs like Roped Off, like that is on it. Pull the album up. I crossed that with E1. That's an E1 project. I executive produced that. If you watch it, you see me in it. Right? So, back then, I didn't know who the dude was. And recently, you know, the homies called, they said, Wack, he used to claim the hood, NHB rolling 20s. So he had to drop out, get some talent on the homies and look up. He's still working with I think he at the DA office now. So, you know, I don't know. I can't really tell you. I called him to have a conversation, but he's scared to have a conversation with me. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know. Listen, he changed his life around, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, my salute to you. You know what I mean? He got an office over there on Wilshire. The sweet 400 joint over there. But I can't tell you. I do know when I started getting a little agitated, he get the call of my homies and telling them he don't want no problems. I know that. You know, that's the crazy part. You know, I can call my homeboy right now, watch this. Out of nowhere, but he don't tell people this. You know, he's a very scary dude. I know he'd call the police, so watch this. This just last week. All these be frauds.
Yo,
Lil John.
what's the deal?
I'm talking to the homie on this program. What Alex Alonzo called you about a week ago and tell you?
Say it again?
Alex Alonzo, what he called and tell you about? What he say?
Somebody don't want no problems with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk to him, but I don't got no problems with him. So I was like, what happened? He was like, oh, his name came up. Then when he shot me in the joint, you brought the homie name up. No, you know he been. I'm like, they ain't trying to hear that. I'm like, you brought his name up. But he's talking about he don't want no problems with you. None of that.
All right, I hit you back. See, these cowards, you see what I'm saying? Don't know this is what's going on behind the scenes. And they ain't gonna play with the homie. He ain't gonna even say nothing about hearing the homie say that because he know what that is, right? So you do all that, you heard him, then he'll call, hey man, tell Wack I don't want no problems. He called it one of my right hands and he know all that go, right? So it just be like I don't get it. But I get it though, Chuck. I can't. R&B always has to remind me, like, look, you have built your platform, built your name in this algorithm on social media to where they damn near can't not talk about you. Because they don't got nothing else to talk about. They gotta, whatever they talking about, they gotta, bro, we watched Duse talk about me for 3 years straight. His wife got to be ready to give me some right now, bro. Ain't no way she didn't heard my name so much that probably be sleep like this. They gonna fly jets. You know, this like is losing his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I don't know, man. Shout out to Lewis County, Sharice Mills, Lewis County, my man Ghost and Exposures. But I don't know. I don't get it, man. You know, I ain't got to know you and I help you, Chuck. That's how we met. I didn't know you. I dropped in your room. I said we running some good content. So back about that time, my notification bell was working. I was dragging 400-500 around wherever I went.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I bring the room, and I ain't never told y'all you gotta pay me or nothing. But you always seem like a different kind of dude. So Duse just seemed like he always had a motive if he was trying too hard. Or he wanted to be something he wasn't. So I don't know. I just follow my gut, not the footy.
Yeah, you was right. And you know, so eventually that same thing happened with me with him. It actually happened twice. So I let him back in my circle for the second time. But the first time it was the same thing. Like the second time, he had got into it with Corey King. And, you know, I had known Corey King before I known, you know what I'm saying, him. I met him through Corey King. So I'm like, yo, bro, Corey King can help me out with content and, you know, kind of ushered my platform for the East Coast so I could bring up East Coast people. You know, he always been a help to me, right? So I'm like, I'm not finna beef for no Corey King. Then he had a situation with you. He's like, yeah, and Wack. And I'm like, yo, bro, Wack come through my room. Wack show me love. Like, what am I beefing with him for? So then that's when they started running with the Oscar Mayer campaign, right? They did that for like maybe a year and a half. But like just speeding up, this whole situation with Duse, I think it's all jealousy. Because he want to be the voice. Like he once told me he want to be the voice of the West Coast and why these people get to talk the way they talk and he's supposed to be, you know, Rella and all this, right? So
I've never heard of that, bro.
It's all jealousy.
I never heard a dude in my life. I did time with a lot of brims. I never seen him. We about the same age. I never seen him doing no time. He wasn't never a factor. I never heard him on no yards. Never heard him in the wide systems. And back then, homies was hard. Like you heard of Baby Sonny, Rock the Bells, Murder Rock, Michael Walton. You know what I'm saying? You heard it when it came to the brim card like that. You heard it that all the time because we was in there putting in work. You had to put in work because it was out. No, I never heard of this dude. I never heard of this dude. I do a lot of business with his G homie, Bistro. You know, put together one of my first lowriders. I never heard of this dude. I see a lot of them around. I never heard of this dude. You know what I mean? So when he on here, I'm like, bro, I never heard of you. When I called to the brims, they're like, we know that, but he just, you know, he ain't like that. So I left it like that. I chose not to do no business with him. He just seemed like he had some snake in him. Like one of them dudes you help and he gonna turn around and bite you anyway. But you know, I never chose it with him. You did. You got bit twice, so I guess I was right.
No, that's a fact. Yeah, you was right about that, man. You was definitely right about that.
But you think about Munchie Beat, man, on some real shit. Dude's a blind dude, bro. You know, he had some misfortunes. You know, that situation he been through, you know, that's something, I don't know how a man deals with that. But like, bro, like, Munchie, don't never accuse me of being a failed gangbanger, because I never wanted to be a successful gangbanger. I just wanted to be a respected gangbanger, and I definitely was that. I put in all my work, did all my time. I got more time in than you, put in more work than you, did more riding than you in the era that you probably couldn't survive in, because the era you come up in was softer than my era, and you couldn't keep your eyesight because you took a bullet from your own homies. You can't even trust what's standing behind you and standing with you. You can tell me a 6 or a 40, tell me a legend, an IBC bus on you. Tell me an I-13, an Inglewood Dresser bus on you. You got shot by your own homies. And they probably would have finished your ass off after you got off the hospital, but your mama and grandmama down there begging the homies, begging and pleading. They know what that means. They begging and pleading. They looking at everybody right there that something happened to you, they turning everybody in. You know what I'm saying? On some real, like, bro, I know you got a different life, and you know, I don't know what that is to be without my vision, but it got to be even more detrimental and more a slap in the face and a kick in the ass to be without your vision because of your own homies and your own set. That got to feel, because you have nowhere else to go. You have nothing else to turn to. You are the abused gang member. You have been abused, violated, manipulated, and now you getting abused by Alonzo, right? Another dropout. You working for that works with the DA office. Do your homie know that your boss works with the DA office? Do the homies know that the program you turned in information about what's going on the blocks, he the one lined you up to get paid from? It's a whole lot going on. So at the end of the day, bro, I mean, I will tell you, man, you cleaned yourself up. You know, your auntie or your girl, whoever getting you dressed, because you used to be bummy as a, I wish you could see yourself, you know what I mean, but you can't. But I'm gonna give you credit on that, bro. You didn't clean yourself up. Your Air Forces is fresh and clean and crisp. You know what I'm saying? You looking all right. But just stop trying to glorify gangbang. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't do this. You won't take them off. I put on glasses to see a little better. The glasses you got is the camouflage that you can't see. So at the end of the day, bro, stop threatening people with a pull-up, telling me, point me in the right direction, that you gonna bust. Let's go. Man, we don't want to hear that, bro. You handicapped. You one of God's children. You special needs, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can park in handicap parking without getting a $250 fine. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta smell your food before you can know where the hell to eat, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got the shakes and the shivels and shit. We watch you. Watch I held a cup of water for an hour, didn't take a sip. But that's because he got nerve damage. If you watch his other hand, it's going crazy. That's going up all kind of signs. He can't even continue holding this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Snoopy badass exposed you, patted your pockets. Nigga, you know you got caught. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go to the next day to Colorado Springs because he wasn't on the next day. You know, at the end of the day, he was in the building. Don't tell me he wasn't there. He was there. Everybody seen he was there. He was in the building. Put up pictures, he was in the building. You know what I mean? You got his business calling him about a female he deal with. What kind of old bust ass ye ass that? You calling him about a female he deal with. Like you finna check him about a broad he with. You started this whole thing with Snoopy. Your homies need to really sit you down, you know, when your grandmama and your mama ain't looking, then tell you like, bro, stay out of people's business. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of people's business, bro. This is why they turned your TV off partially. Because you be in people's business. Lord forbid if you can see all you be talking about. Crazy.
Wow.
Just saying, man. You know that's the clout chasers. And I came with this platform because this is chasing clout. And it need to definitely be the deafness, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, they
get mad. Listen, let me show you how weird they are, Chuck. They got mad because we met each other.
Yeah.
What the?
They weird like that, man.
Yo,
they weird like that.
I come home, I say, babe, guess what I ran into? Big Chuck, what auto parts? She said, boy, something told you to go to the auto parts. You were supposed to go tomorrow. I said, man, something telling me to go now. Big Chuck.
No, that's right? Crazy. Random as hell.
I was happy to finally meet you.
Yeah.
The problem is.
No, facts. What's up with this guy, Money? So I know Duse Sims, he been in the comments. Money been in the comments.
Who is Money?
Money from Demon Time, like Money. This is about Munchie B. This don't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying. With what you got.
That's one of Loose Cannon little dudes. Like Loose Cannon, you know, Loose Cannon be trying to help you. Like, I see you help a lot of people, so a lot of people can't get to you, so they contact Loose, and Loose try to bring them in. So that's one of Loose Cannon little dudes. You know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, you got an audio problem. You got an audio problem.
Yeah, that's one of Loose Cannon little dudes. So he been begging to get on stage with me, and you know how I do him, Chuck. I starve him.
Oh yeah, you supposed to come here live yesterday. I think you mad about that.
Yeah, I never showed up because that's not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's probably why. That's the crazy. He invited me to the live, and now I'm the enemy today. That's crazy. Why you mad at me because I didn't come to the live? I don't get it.
Yo, Demon Time, something wrong with your audio. I'm hearing like an echo. You must got another screen open.
Yo, we was just on the phone. But I don't even want to get no clout because he been begging, Chuck. He's been begging and talking. Look, be in the room, bro. It'd be like 100 people. And I don't know. Like, he tried to bring him in on the team. And Luce tried to bring him in. What up, Luce? I got you. All right. Yeah, so, yeah, he been trying to, like, I don't know. It's like, Demon, like, bro, you know what time it is. We talked the other day on the phone, me, you, and Luce. We talked about Rich Trapper putting together content. Everybody was cool. And then I got an invite. But, you know, I met with my team. They like, Wack, you know how that is. That ain't what we want to do. And my boy Rick Rock over there, he ain't going to be over there long. He don't fit that because he's a little more, what he really want to do ain't what they doing. And I hope he get out of there before we get mad and they meet the real Rick Rock. But nevertheless, I don't know. I swear to God, we was on the phone. Everything was cool. Yesterday morning, everything was cool. We exchanged.
Yeah, I figured that y'all, because I seen the live go up and I'm like, damn, so they about to do a live. Okay, that's cool. Listen, you know what I'm saying? I want to see this content.
Asked me to send him the audio I just got. Oh, bro, this is yesterday. That's Demon Time.
Demon Time.
Look at the audio. I said, look, audio, all that. So I don't, it's just yesterday, 9:08 a.m.
Yeah.
Be different, bro. I don't get it, but I'm gonna let them live their life and do their thing. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep doing what we build. Ghost been a great extension to what we doing. And I think Ghost is a great, what I call a nomad. You know, you let Ghost run the field. You know what I'm saying? You let go, you don't lock him down nowhere, let Ghost run the field. And I'm glad we came back together, Chuck, because you are one of the relationships that I felt was valuable, that I felt like you stand on your own too. You know, they keep trying to throw lugs in there like that. And let's clear this up. Somebody said I took your YouTube. I've never taken Chuck's YouTube in life, so I don't know where y'all getting that from. Y'all saying a bunch of wild, weird. Yeah, Chuck had a situation that I never did nothing with. You know what I'm saying? I chose not to do nothing with it. And at the end of the day, we're gonna keep building. And I'm not gonna come in the middle or hinder definitely the cloud chasers from doing what they're doing. So, end of the day, y'all can narrative too. A lot of y'all wasn't even around for none of that. This y'all here. But nevertheless, Munchie B, I don't know. Maybe one day we have a conversation and face to face. When you on my phone, brother, you cool. Like, you know, I might have had the content I gotta find. You was nice. You was like, cool. Now you on some weird thing when they running out of content, go to Wack100.
Yeah.
Content, go to Wack100. Alex Alonzo is talk about Wack, talk about 600, talk about Loose Cannon. That's just what it is. They have nothing to talk about. We go out there, we develop, we grab our content, we network, we figure things out. Or we just simply strike up a conversation amongst ourselves, or we include our chat or our group. You know, that's all we do. A lot of these people look at what we do, I'm gonna be real, Chuck, and they can't figure out how we do what we do. If I can't figure something out, or my woman can't figure something out, I've heard R&B on numerous occasions call you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now,
Yeah, right. We
I
just
don't have no
call each other.
issues with, if I know something, yeah, hey, that's how you do it. And I know the same thing, like, hey, Wack, I need to get this content. Can you come through this room? And you could go to a lot of platforms and give them these exclusives. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, it's not a, it's not a problem. What I will say is that your style of interviewing and what you do has been recognized. And this is why when I seen it, I could have ran it on my floor. I said, you know what? This is great for Chuck. Because Chuck, this is his style of interviewing it. And you could really clear the air without no, but nevertheless, man, we did put in a lot of work. I appreciate you for allowing me to come on your platform to clear up a few things. Let's keep building. Let's keep working.
Yes, sir.
Top of the year, we're going to revisit that deal I tried to bring you.
Yeah.
Right? See what you're looking like. Put a bag in your pocket. And we're going to keep growing and keep doing what we're doing, man. We got TV coming. We got TV series coming. Me and Luce just struck a big deal with BET. We could bring 20 episodes a year over there to them, 10 and 10. So that's at least 2 different programs a year. We got Dash Network, Dash Unlocked, Tronics Network. So we move more to the TV lane, pump the podcast lane up, let's get our merch game up, and let's keep building, man, as a unit. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep building as a unit. Let's keep empowering each other, and let the naysayers, let them talk. Let dead dogs lie, and hopefully they go over there and pump our name in the algorithm and keep working for us. They have not realized, Alonzo, you work for us when you do these things. It's hilarious. We don't mention you. We don't run nothing on you, your name in the title, and 9 out of 10 got something to do with us. I'm looking forward, Chuck, put that call in, man, to that New York cat. I'm looking forward to having that conversation. In the meantime, brother, stay safe. Enjoy your Christmas holidays, and I'll catch you on Clubhouse.
Salute, bro.
Yeah, love. This shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.